Okay. Hey guys, I'm so excited for this call tonight. We're going to be talking about boosting volume, which is great because we are hitting near the end of the month, and that means it's almost time for promotions to be happening. So what better way to talk about near the end of the month than to how to boost volume and to really boost that paycheck and get everything going. So on tonight's call, we also have a few of our diamonds and above. We're going to also be sharing tips as well. So we'll just get right into that. So I think I have to unmute you guys. Okay, so Carly, if you want, I'm going to unmute you and then you can go right into your topic.
All right, so I'm Carly. I introduced myself last time, but I'm a diamond leader. I'm going to talk about hosting a post. If you haven't done it before, it's really cool, and I've actually gotten quite a few customers out of it and everything. What it is essentially asking your Facebook friends if they will allow you to post onto their Facebook wall, whether it's because you have a special or you're going for a promotion or anything like that. Because even if they're not interested, their friends might be, but their friends maybe aren't friends with you, so they don't see your posts. So an example of doing a post is posting something like, hey, Facebook friends and family, I have a favor to ask you. The next 2 weeks are very important to me. I'll be working my butt off to earn a promotion, and I'll also be helping my team members promote as well. So even if you have no interest in joining my team or trying my Amazing It Works products, someone on your friends list might have a need for them. So I want to ask your permission to post a little something on your timeline about what I do or what I have to offer, and I would really appreciate it. Anyone who helps me out by letting me post on their wall will be entered to win a free wrap. Please comment yes below if you will allow me to do this. Thank you in advance. And if you're just starting out and you don't have free product, you don't have to give that. That's just something that I've always done. And I don't give everybody who lets me do it a free wrap, but I put them all in a drawing and then pick one person out of it to do that. And so that is hosting a post. And I've always had a lot of people want to do it when I have posted about that. And it's a fun way, and because, like I said, their friends may not see you all the time because they're not friends with you on Facebook. So that's a good way to do it. And then really quick, just another way to get more volume towards the end of the month is no matter who you're talking to, whether it's a loyal customer, distributor, anything, you want to show a sense of urgency. So you'll probably see the post like, I opened up one more spot today. It's going to fill soon and stuff like that. We all know as distributors, we have unlimited spots. But if we tell them that, we only have one spot left open today and it's going to fill fast, that's going to make them think, oh, I need to jump on that right now. I can't wait because I don't want to miss out on that spot. Or if you just tell them that, the 40% off doesn't last long, I'm filling out my orders tonight and then I'll, and I mean, you don't want to lie, but you just show urgency and show them that make them think that they need to jump on that opportunity right then and there.
I totally love both of those tips. And so one of them, I just wanted to make sure, would you be able to copy and paste what you had shared for the post that you shared?
Yes, I was actually going to do that. I was going to ask, do you want me to just post it in the chat here or onto the team page or what?
Yeah, maybe in just like the comments of where the call is posted. That'd be great.
Perfect. Yep.
I think that's such a good idea because it is big because it's huge to be able to get in front of people that don't see your post because you're not friends with them on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I've done that before and you see a lot of good turnaround. And another thing is, if you are starting out, I feel like when you don't have all that product on hand, I think offering that one free wrap is such a great opportunity. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like as soon as people say free, they just jump on it like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So I find it really helps, and I like how you suggested at the end not to give everyone a free wrap, but to simply say that you're going to put them into a drawing, and then you pick one winner. It's a great way to do it. And then I just want to touch base on the sense of urgency. I totally agree. And make sure that when you're following up with those people, you're kind of saying, talking about what their goals are. So making it really personal. If you don't know what their goals are, always ask that question. A lot of the time people are scared to ask. I don't want to, be too nosy or for whatever reason, but stick out there and ask that question because it really shows that you care about these clients and these customers that you're going to be helping. So it's really important as well. So just sort of saying, hey, I'm so excited for you. I've opened up one spot left to get my pricing at 40% off for this product and da-da-da-da. And remember that you wanted to get this product and then state the reason of why. So those are both amazing tips. So thank you so much for sharing those.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mute you back up and then I'm going to unmute Jessica and you can just jump into your topic. Okay, there you go.
Okay, perfect. So when we talk about boosting volume, our minds kind of automatically go to finding new loyal customers. And one thing that I think people overlook is our current loyal customers. So there's a few ways that you can access your current loyal customers and boost volume. So one of the things that I do near the end of every month is I contact everybody and let them know how many perk points they have. You would be surprised how many people, even just with $10 of product credit, will jump on an order, something they've been eyeing. So I will message everybody and let them know how many perk points they have. And then I'll just say, hey, I'm so excited for you. Did you know you have $21 in product credit? What can I help you order? I don't ask them, I don't give them a choice. I assume that they want to use them. And so I just say, what can I help you order? Or what have you been looking at? Like, let's get your order placed. And kind of, again, with that sense of urgency. And then the second thing that I like to do is I have a group for my product testers and loyal customers. And this group is open for everybody. So everyone is welcome to be added and add their loyal customers. I don't do anything, I let all the distributors post and talk to their customers. But one thing I do is to boost volume is just say any customer that places an order outside of their auto shipment will be entered into a draw for, and then whatever you have on hand, a free wrap. And like we mentioned before, if you mention the word free, people will jump on it. So if there's something they've been wanting, you've already let them know that they have however many perk points and credit, and then that they're going to be entered into a draw. It's a great way to get some last minute orders in from your current customers. So let me know if you want to be added to that group, and you're welcome to add your loyal customers. And it's something that I do regularly to boost volume.
I love that idea because it's so important to realize that our current loyal customers are important to us. And I think that also kind of touches base on just making sure that you're keeping in contact with them. So always making sure that they're enjoying the product or so something that they're wanting to try. So I think that's huge because like you had said at the beginning, we always look for the new customers, but we have to remember that we have our current customers. And I think with those perk points, they definitely add up if they've been a customer for long. So you don't get paid on the perk points, but a lot of the time people go over their perk points and that you will get paid on it, and it's going to help boost your volume as well. So yeah, that's definitely a great tip. So thanks again. So I'm going to go on because we have Beata on here as well. So I'm going to unmute her and she's going to share some tips as well. And I know we're going really fast, but I think it's important to know that, because we are getting close to the end of the month, we wanted to make sure we shared all of our tips with you, but making sure that you're taking these notes and then getting back to work right away because, again, we're near the end of the month, so it's important to be working. So I'm just trying to find Beata's name here. Okay, here we are. Okay, you're good.
Okay, thanks. Hi, guys. So basically, the end of the month is so important. And when we have these times, especially when there's a bonus out, making sure that you're following all the tips that we're giving you is so important because literally every BV counts. So kind of want to talk to you guys about two things. And one is, just kind of doing what it takes to promote. So if you guys aren't currently getting people on the phone, picking up the phone and calling them or doing a FaceTime call or doing a Facebook, if you guys don't know, you can do like a video call on Facebook. So if you aren't doing those things and you're really just messaging with people or texting, then do something that you haven't done to like really make that extra effort and push. Get that order in, to get that even existing loyal customer to order something new, with perks points or not. And then, like I said, every BV counts. So make sure that you're talking to your leader, to your enroller, about being really strategic about where you're placing volume. Because, if you have a box that you need to close out, you want to make sure that you're closing it out as close to exact amount as possible, so that you can use another order, new loyal customer order, and place it somewhere else. So make sure your charts are up to date. Make sure you're looking at them every single day. Especially during times when I was promoting for bonuses, I was looking and still checking eSuite multiple times a day. You guys really remember, this is a business. You need to know exactly what's happening within your business at all times. It's not up to anybody on your team, in your downline, or your enroller, or your leader, or your upline to know what's going on in your business. It's completely up to you. So, that customer that wants to skip, a month of auto shipment, or that wants to cancel, make sure you're making that extra effort to talk to them and, get them to continue to order and get that extra volume. There's just no extent that you won't go through to basically get this promotion. And a lot of times, you guys, it can be such a mental hurdle sometimes that happens. I remember when I was going to promote to Diamond, it was kind of not promotion season. It was November. So it was just before the holidays. People were spending money on, Christmas and traveling and things like that. And I had 6 wrap parties / vendor events lined up for the end of November. And the day of, 3 of them canceled. And then the 4th or 5th one, I thought started at 10 a.m. It started at 8 a.m. and it was an hour away. So I was so late to it. And I literally cried the whole ride because I'm like, is this a sign from the universe that it does I shouldn't be promoting to Diamond this month? And I think I was 1,800 GV away. And there was, 5 days left in the month. And no, I could have taken that as a sign that, it was no, it's too much. I'm not going to promote. Instead of doing that, I just literally put, girl, do I need this? And it's testing me to see if I would really have what it took to give it every single effort, to not sleep, to not focus on anything, but talking to as many people as possible, rescheduling those wrap parties back to back, getting those one-on-one appointments if the party couldn't go down. And I made my goal, guys, and promoted. So you just have to have that determination and that mindset, and you can't for a second come off your game and doubt what you're doing. So if you don't have someone a sideline that you're currently talking to really keep each other motivated and amped up every day, and every time your team enrolls a loyal customer, every time you enroll a loyal customer, every time you get a Perks Point order, if you don't have that person that you're talking to hype each other up to do that, find that person or do it with your enroller or your upline, because that mental in the game at all times is so important during these last crucial days of the month when we're pushing for these huge, amazing, life-changing bonuses.
I totally agree on all the points you had talked about. So one of the ones that you talked about was the getting people on the phone and, making that connection in person. And I think it's so huge because even if you're sending a voice clip through through Messenger, getting them on the phone, getting them in person, it just makes it more personal. They get to see your excitement. They get to see that you're committed to helping them. So it just helps to get that order in. So if someone's hesitant about it, be like, hey, can I call you for a quick second? Can we chat about this to help get your order in? Do you have any other questions? I'd love to get you on the phone and, get all your questions answered for you. And again,
oh yeah,
getting them on the phone, that's that could be 2 weeks of texting back and forth, and you could make it a 10-minute conversation. So it's so good to just get it over with.
And in that moment, don't hesitate to be like, I'm so close to a huge promotion. You don't even have to say outright, will you help me? But just tell them what you're working for. People want to hear that you're going to earn a $30,000 bonus. People want to hear that you're going to earn a $10,000 bonus, because that kind of stuff doesn't happen day to day, you know what I mean? Normal 9 to 5. So when people hear that, they're like, wow, you can really do that? That's excited. That's exciting. One order is going to really help you. My order can help you do that. People want to help you guys. And you don't have to be like, will you help me? to convey that message. But like Taylor said, if you're in face-to-face in person with them, or, you know, they can hear the tone in your voice, it's really going to come through. And like I said, people want to help, so they're going to do it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. And then you touched based on the wrap parties, which I totally agree on too, is because again, when you're in person, when you're creating that fun with people, sometimes people will even go to a wrap party and they create like a big page about how many orders they can get in and make it all this game, and it's fun. And people really like that as well. And then I just wanted to touch base on how you said, you know, that month that you were struggling, and then you were like, am I supposed to go diamond? Am I not? And I felt the exact same way when I went diamond in September a few years ago. It was like halfway through the month. So I was at this point in the month of September, and I was like, I need diamond so bad. Like, and I only have so much time left to get it. And that's when I made the commitment and just decided that this was going to be it. And I got to work. So I got out there and I enrolled 22 loyal customers to get it done. And I had a lot of my team who wasn't really working. It was all me pulling all the strings. So if you're in that position, like, don't feel alone in it. Don't feel like you're the only one who's enrolling loyal customers, because majority of the time, anyone you talk to in this company to get to diamond, they were the one enrolling. They were the one committing to it all. So really, really focus in on those tips that we talked about. And use those tips, because those tips are going to help you grow your business. Just checking my notes here. So one of the things that we also didn't talk about was declines. And this is a big one. You want to make sure that you're checking, like Beata had said, you're checking your eSuite daily. You want to know exactly what your numbers are. So if you go into your eSuite and you click genealogy report and you click ID twice, the whole page itself isn't going to reload, but the section where the names are will. So in that section, it's going to show you new loyal customers that have enrolled, that your team might have enrolled, and so on. So you're going to make sure that you're updating those numbers every night. And then you also, for declines, you want to make sure you're checking this. So you're going to go to downline orders in your eSuite, and you can go into, you're going to see CC declined. So you're going to either contact that loyal customer yourself, or you're going to find out where that loyal customer has been placed, and you're going to contact that distributor and say, hey, look, so-and-so's number order had declined. Are you able to contact them and see what's going on? A lot of the time, people just don't notice. Either they've changed their credit card, they're not fully aware that the order had declined, and you message them and say, hey, I noticed your order declined today or yesterday, and I wanted to make sure that you didn't miss your order. How can I help you get that order in? What do we need to do to get that order in? So making sure all orders that are supposed to run have run. And a lot of the time when I follow up with people who decline, or whose credit cards have declined, they're so excited. They're like, thank you so much. I didn't even know. I had gotten the email last week, but I totally forgot about it. I switched my credit card. Just stuff like that. So really important, again, and it shows that you're noticing your customers, you're noticing when orders aren't going through maybe they're like, yeah, I noticed it was going to go through and I knew my credit card would decline, but I'm not really enjoying the greens. So it didn't really bother me. And then you're like, oh, okay, perfect. Let's discuss this then. We can switch your order up. Is there something else you wanted to try? Maybe they tried the orange and you're like, well, why don't we try the berry? The berry is my favorite. I really recommend that one. So really making sure, again, that's part of just kind of growing that relationship with your customers. Then I also wanted to touch base on following up, you guys. Fortune is in the follow-up. So you need to make sure you're making your list. So you're going through all the people that you have talked to probably since the day you started. You want to go through your phone. You want to go through your contacts. You want to go through your Facebook messengers, go through your Instagrams, DMs, really, really pull apart, go through, the list of people you had at a party and write those names down and contact every single person on that list, making sure that you're out there, you're talking to people, you're getting excited about stuff. Again, you're sending voice clips, you're calling people, you're FaceTiming them, and just really getting excited again about it all. And, saying, hey, I've opened up one spot for 40% off to get all of my products at 40% off. Is there a certain product or health goal that you're looking to achieve? Then they're going to open up and they're going to start talking about it. And then that's when you can kind of lead them to the right product. I'm just, again, going over my notes. So with all of those tips, you want to make sure, like Beata also sort of talked about, is you're kind of in this point of making these sacrifices and really, really making those small sacrifices now for the next few days so that you can hit your promotion and that you can make this happen. So you want to make sure that sometimes a lot of the I sacrifice sleep all the time, because I know that in the night I can aim. Like one time I remember I was up, I think it was 3:00 in the morning, and I signed a distributor all the way in Australia. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't up at that time, because every time we were messaging back and forth, the time difference just completely turned us off. So to get her my website, I had to be having a back and forth conversation immediately instead of waiting for her response. So kind of making sure that you're out there and doing those things is so important. Sorry, I thought I heard another one. I was just making sure. And just sort of really realizing what you can do now to make tomorrow better. I always talk about that. You know, I do certain things tonight so that tomorrow can be better for my family. And remember what your why is, what you're going after. You know, a lot of people start to stress out around this time because we are near month end. They're worried that they're not going to hit the promotion. They're scared that things are not working out the way they thought they would at the beginning of the month. But you have to keep that momentum going. You have to keep that excitement going. You are a walk of what your future holds. So if you are starting to doubt yourself now, if you are starting to get down on yourself now, then it's not going to happen. But you need to stand back up, just how you felt at the beginning of the month, and excited about that promotion and go after it. You have all of the tips that help you, that gather those customers and that can grow your business. So go and use it. Bring that momentum back that you had at the beginning of this month and really, really go into it. Full speed, because again, this is the time I decided that I was going to be a diamond leader, and I just put my head down and I got to work. So I think we have something in the chat. You said I've opened up one spot at 40% off. Is there one health goal, or what was the rest of the sentence you said? So is there any health goal that you're looking to achieve? Is probably good enough. I don't remember exactly what I said. But just sort of making it personable is so important, because then if you're making it personal, then it helps that person to feel, oh, okay, they want to help me. It's not just about them. And then they just sort of start to open up to you. Is so important. And then another one that actually just came to my mind is going through people who are liking and commenting on your pictures and adding that into your list of people you're going to follow up with. So tonight, that's what your goal is. You're going to go and you're going to go through people that have liked and commented your stuff. You're going to go through your contacts. You're going to make sure that you're checking those declines, that you're checking in, you know, write all the names, people that of your current loyal customers that you need to check in. And then tomorrow or tonight, start messaging those people. And then tomorrow you're going to message your current loyal customers. Make a list of what you need to do each and every day so that at the end of the month, all of the volume has been there and you're able to hit a promotion. Another thing is that Beata sort of talked about is making sure you know what your chart is. It's so important to know exactly what your numbers are. So checking in with your teams, asking how you can help them. All of those things, you know, one loyal customer for everybody is going to help boost the volume and help a promotion happen. How do you help your your PDD to pre-sell the wraps? So a lot of the time, it's sometimes tricky because a lot of the time the people who aren't distributors can't technically sell them. So I usually just work really closely with them and ask them if they have close friends and family that wanted to try a wrap for $25. Or $35 in Canada, and then I just sort of go from there. So if they're able to find the friends and family, I know some people will say if they're close, they might give them the wraps that they have in hand. I always think that's kind of scary to risk it, but I think it's important just to sort of say, let's talk about it. Let's talk to 4 friends or family members and friends, and let me help you with what to say to them. So when they respond to you, message me and I'll help you on how to kind of talk about it, because again, they don't really know about the wraps. They don't really know what they do. So if you make sure that they come back to you with what to say, then you're able to share with them. Okay, so I'm gonna, is that why your hand's up? Okay, so I'll unmute Jess and then she's gonna share one more tip.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to share this because this is something that I started doing, and I actually did it today, and it's been working really well for me. So when you talk to somebody, when you're following up with a potential customer and they tell you, I can't I want to do it, but I don't have the money. And then, you're going to say, well, when is it in your budget, or when will it work for you? Let's say they tell you next Friday. So this is what I did today. Okay, so the 30th, or it was next Thursday. The 30th. She said, yeah. So I said, okay, let me take all of your information now. I'm going to have it all ready, and then I'll just process it on the 30th. Because what I don't want is that so close to the end of the month, I don't want to contact her and all of a sudden she disappears on the 30th, and then I lose that volume for this month. So what I've been doing is placing like pre-orders. So I get all of their information, everything I need, and then I tell them that I'm going to just confirm with you, and I have it ready to process that day. So come the 30th, I just have to send her a quick message and say, hey, are we good to go? And then I have everything ready to process. So that's actually been working really well for me. And especially when you're getting close to month end and you have a promotion on the line, you don't want to risk that they like flake off for the weekend and then they contact you in April and say, oh, sorry, I forgot, right? So that was my tip. It's been working really well for me.
I totally love that. That's an amazing tip. So one thing that I feel like people would fear from that is them, people giving you their information. But I know for you personally, that is your number one go-to. You prefer to get people's information. So like probably on a ratio, what do you feel like people give you orders versus you putting them in?
I probably put in 90% of the orders myself.
Yeah,
it's pretty rare. Yeah. And I always say like, I just happen to be in my office right now. I can put in your order for you really quick. And then I just tell them I need this, this, and this. And I don't really give them the other option. And then if they do say, like occasionally they'll say, I don't really feel comfortable giving my credit card information. I'll say, I totally understand. You can email it to me if you want, or I can email you the direct link to my website. And then so sometimes then they'll email me their card information, because a lot of times they don't trust giving it on Messenger. And then if they just don't want to give me their card information, that's when I email them the link. But then I'm like on them, making sure like 2 minutes later, hey, are you on my website? Hey, where are you now? And I make sure they get their order in right then and there. And so honestly, most people don't have a problem giving me their card information, and I don't make a big deal about it. Like this is what we do and we're professionals. And so I think if we're just confident about it and just like, this is what I need, I'm going to get your order in on this day. I really don't run into much resistance with that.
I totally love that, because it's true. And a lot of it's in our head. It's funny because when I was placing an order with another distributor in a different company, we were having a bit of difficulty because I was in Canada and all of the stuff. So she was going to have it shipped to her own house. And I was like, and she was like, I just need your credit card information. I was like, yeah, sure, here. Like I personally didn't even think twice about it, because I just trusted that this person was in a company. She was with a business. And, it's all in our head that we're scared, like, oh, I don't want to ask them for their credit card information. Like, no one's going to give me their credit card information. But like you stated, 90% of the time, you're taking their credit card information and putting that order in. So I think that's a great way, and definitely saying, if they give you a date, say, perfect, I'll take your information now, and then I'm going to process it on that date. So that's such a good one, because a lot of the time we worry about following up. We're scared to follow up because, they're going to ignore us. They're not going to be there. But if you're chatting with them right then just get all of their information and then again, process that order on that date. So that is a perfect, amazing tip. So thanks so much for raising your hand to share that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we are at 10 minutes left. So I'm going to should you ask the family member or friend to help the potential distributor? Should you ask the family member or friend to help? So sometimes if you're talking to friends and family about it, then I always will just say, okay, so what your friends and family would do is they would give you $25 in advance, and that's going to cover their wrap. So they're kind of like placing an order in. And then once you've collected that $99 or $133 in Canadian, then they're going to place the order. And then those people that have pre-bought a wrap are going to get the wraps when they come into the kit. How do you check the CC declines again? So in eSuite, you're going to log into your eSuite. So to check the CC declines, you're going to log into your eSuite, and then you're going to go to downline orders. And it's just going to bring up all the orders that have run today and yesterday and every day of the month. And you're going to say CC declined. And those are the people you want to make sure you get in contact with. Sometimes I'll do it personally if the distributor is no longer working. And when you click on that person's profile, it will show you like their email or their phone number, stuff like that. So I'll follow up with them if the distributor is no longer working. And if the distributor is still working, then I'm going to message that distributor and say, hey, did you notice that so-and-so, credit card had declined? Are you able to message them and talk to them about it to help them get that order running? So I hope all those tips helped you guys. Again, if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to do so in the comments where the number is posted in our team page. But just making sure you're really out there, you guys. We are near the end, and it's time to push. It's time to get your head down. It's time to bring that excitement back, like I said earlier, and really focus, because it's not the end of the month yet. We are close to the end of the month. It is not the last day. It is not down to the last minute. And until that clock strikes 1 a.m. Eastern on the very last day, it's not over. I remember when I promoted to Presidential Diamond, I had to wait to see if I got promoted. It was like the worst. It was so scary. But it was like I literally was working until the very last minute. And by the time the clock struck 1, I had no idea if I'd promoted, and I felt sick to my stomach. And Kara actually stayed up. I think she messaged me at like 2 a.m. It was like, you promoted, it worked, everything went through. But knowing that that's what it takes that commitment and putting yourself out there and really, really focusing. And honestly, when I did promote to Presidential Diamond last year, I probably was there in the same time this time, and I was going on with Samantha, one of my sidelines, and I said, yeah, it's not happening. It's over. It's not happening. It's not happening. And she was like, I'm doing it. And her just in my head, I'm doing it. I'm like, I can't do it. And she's like, I'm doing it. And I was like, I'm doing it too. Like, why am I going to throw this away? I have so much time left. Numbers are going to work out if you are working, if you are out there pushing, if you believe in yourself. The number one thing in this business is to believe. So if you are calling all bets off right now, then yeah, of course you're not going to promote. But if you believe that this can happen, if you believe that in these last few days that you can pull it off, I'm telling you can pull it off, because this is when promotions actually happen, is when people put their head down, and it is the last few days, and they're panicking and they're scrambling, but they're out there working and they're out there committing themselves. So I hope you guys all took notes on those tips. I will post the recording as soon as I get it saved on my computer. And now it's time to hit promotion. So get out there, work hard, make your dreams happen. I believe in you guys. I am just an ordinary person, and everyone on this call is, and all we did was we got to work and we made things happen. So I can't wait to see those promotions. Get excited about it. Get back into that groove, and let's make it happen. Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.